Forgot I threw some stuff on the scissor lift when I first got on there and I tripped backwards on it. And that's basically the last thing I remember. And I woke up in the hospital with all my family around me a couple days later.
His family didn't think he was going to survive. He'd just shattered his body, his skull was fractured, his neck was broken in 4 places. He'd smashed his arm, wrist, hip, ankle. Basically everything on his left side had been destroyed.
So what the figure is when I stepped backwards and I fell, it's either I fell and I hit my head on the scissor lift when I fell backwards, fracturing my skull, knocking myself out, and then free falling 20 feet onto my left side.
Dr. Mark Matashek at Royal Columbian Hospital put him back together again. It was a long and painful process. John says it took him a long time to come to terms with the full extent and the severity of his injuries. He says he was numb to what had really happened to him because he was loaded with drugs designed to kill the pain.
But I thought everything was fine because I was taking so much pharma. And when I woke up, the pain was excruciating. They gave me a bunch of drugs and I was like, oh, things are great, woohoo, I can be able to do this, right? I started chasing pain. They give you your painkillers, you push your button. The last 3-4 hours, all of a sudden it's getting worse. And you push that button again real quick. In order for me to function, I needed the drugs in order to move.
John left the hospital gobbling down 32 pills a day, drugs that were costing a fortune, $1,400 a month.
I was a walking zombie and my friends around me, I lost a lot of friends because I wasn't that person. I started reading what was wrong with me, what these drugs are doing to me, how I can start leading a better quality life.
Then, one day he paid a visit to the BC Compassion Club where he tried medical marijuana as a form of pain management. He was amazed with the results.
I started reading more and more about how this was helping me. And slowly started weaning myself off of pharma and taking amino acids, natural supplements, converted forms of THC. I have creams for my knees when they were getting really bad. And over time, I just stopped using the pharma. My psychologist and everybody around me said, wow, night and day.
Today, John sees his doctor once a year to renew his medical marijuana license, which costs him about $500 a year. A license that has allowed him to kick the pharmaceutical habit.
In acute stages of pain, I don't think cannabis could help me with that excruciating pain that I was in. Pharma was needed. But when dealing with lifelong care with traumatic pain or injury, pharma is not something you use for your whole life. Now I'm balanced.